Right now, we are preparing for the first day of homeschool, which is gonna start tomorrow. I know it's homeschool. We can do it technically anytime, any day, any night, whenever we want, on weekends, weekdays, whatever. So it doesn't have to be this like official first day thing. However, the schools in our area start tomorrow, and I just wanted to stay consistent with the school year for what I'm doing with my daughter. However, we did do school throughout the summer. What that looked like for us was it was very laid back. We basically just had a couple days a week, like I would say 3 days a week or so, for 30 minutes to an hour. We would do intentional sit down at the table learning time. We did not use an actual curriculum throughout the summer. We just used Amazon stuff, which I have a ton of ideas and inspiration for things that honestly have made my daughter really, really love learning, but she's also learned so much through these resources, and they've been such a blessing to our life. So link below if you want to check out my Amazon page and get some ideas for what I've used for homeschooling from Amazon. So while we didn't use an actual curriculum throughout the summer, I've been saving our curriculum for this school year for tomorrow, the first day, just because I wanted it to be like a fun, exciting new day, whatever. So we're starting our actual year of kindergarten tomorrow, and I ordered a handful of things also from Amazon that just came in the mail that I'll show you guys that are what I'm going to be doing for the first day, surprising my daughter with, just to make it a little bit more of a special first day. I really wanted to start some type of fun first day of homeschool tradition for the first day, back to like more, I don't know if structured is the right word, but more of an actual school year instead of just like summer, a little bit more laid back, if that makes sense. So I really wanted to start some sort of a tradition. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys what it is that we're doing, and I'm going to show you guys our homeschool room. It's probably not going to be what you think, so don't go anywhere. You're going to want to stay tuned until the very, very end. For the first day of homeschool, just to make things a little bit more special and not just like a regular old day of learning like we already do for my daughter, I did buy her a sign from Etsy, or no, it wasn't a sign, it was a flag, and it said first day of homeschool, and it's not in the mail yet, so we'll see if it comes in. From Amazon, I got these little, it's like a streamer thing. I don't know where I'm gonna hang it yet, but it has apples and, whoopsies, it has apples and pencils. She got some new school supplies / some like watercolors, art supplies, that type of thing to surprise her with in the morning. I'm gonna go pick up donuts. I will take you guys with me if I remember. I saw these on Amazon and I thought these were just so cute. I'm learning everywhere. My schoolhouse rocks. I wanted to share with you what I'm reading right now and some resources that have honestly really, really helped me prepare my mind for this first year of homeschool. So the first book I'm reading is Call of the Wild and Free, Reclaiming Wonder in Your Child's Education. This is my very favorite out of all the ones that I'm gonna show you. They're all really good, but this is the one that like I have a hard time putting down. If you are in a position where you're scared to homeschool because you think you're supposed to recreate school at home, you don't know how you're gonna do that, this book will really show you don't have to do that. You actually probably shouldn't, and what you can do instead. I really, really believe if you are going to homeschool to any capacity, you have to make a decision. I was asked not too long ago by a friend who was asking me about homeschooling, and they were saying like, are you gonna try homeschooling this year, is kind of the way that they were asking it. It was very much in the sense of like, are you going to try this out? Is this something you're going to try? And at the end of the day, I do not think you can go into this with that approach of I'm going to try. Either you're called to do something or you're not. Either God's telling you to do something or you're not. If you go into this with that mindset of I'm just trying it out, I don't know that you'll make it, because every one of these books that I'm reading, all of the moms that have written these books are people who they homeschooled their kids all the way through, and they're out of school. All of them are out of school now, successful, wonderful adults, all of that. So these are like these are like real success stories. However, every single one of them has said they had many, many, many moments when they were like, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm failing at this. This isn't working. One of the examples in one of the books was talking about how her daughter had learning issues, like reading issues. She had a really, really hard time reading. She was reading super, super late. And she was talking about how obviously she ended up reading. She's now an adult that reads just fine, and that never is an issue. But she was quite old, still not reading, having a lot of struggles. And everyone was saying, just put her in school. You need to put her in school. But the thing is, are there no struggling readers in school? Like, there are for sure struggling readers in just about every class. So it's not like that's the Band-Aid that's gonna fix it. At the end of the day, I really just think this has to be a decision and a lifestyle that you are committed to until the Lord tells you otherwise, if and when that does happen, because I don't think that it's something that's really sustainable if it's not a firm decision, knowing this is what I'm supposed to do. So what I would say is find your why, like the reasons why this is important to you. For me, I have many, but also find the scriptures that have spoken to you about homeschooling. But I really, really think it's important to know your why, have some verses that you are like grounding yourself on that you can pull out if you're having a hard day, but also reading books like these ones I just told you about from people who have done it, that are on the other end of it, because I think it's really easy for people like me who are first generation homeschoolers to put a lot more pressure on themselves than needed, or try to like prove to the people around them that this is what they should be doing. What I mean by that is the Lord has brought so many people into my life. Like, I'm not kidding. He has brought so many people over the last 10 years. I just met a handful more last weekend. He's brought so many people into my life who are around my age, who were homeschooled the whole way through. And this is a demographic of people I have never met before. So these are like not someone I was around before, but he has brought people from so many different places that I've met in different places in different walks of life. And it's funny because every single one of these people I've talked to, that they're now, they now are my age and have kids they're homeschooling, they're second generation homeschoolers, you could say, they really trust the process. They think it's quite silly how I don't know what the right word, I guess you could say structured, but more like I'm taking it very seriously, which you should, but I'm a little bit intense, I guess you could say, with my schooling for my daughter because she's only in kindergarten versus the people I know that are second generation homeschoolers that have kids her age. They're so much more relaxed about it, and I guarantee their kids are going to turn out just as smart as mine is. However, they're so much more relaxed because they've seen it. They trust the process. They lived it. They were homeschooled themselves all the way through. So they know it, and many of them went to college. One of them even played a sport in college that I just met. So like, they trust the process. But someone like me and many other people I talk to who are first generation homeschoolers do not see it that way. They're a lot more stressed. They're trying to recreate the school at home, which is not even a really good idea. But I think reading books like this from people who have done it all the way through successfully and getting insight from them before you even start is a really, really good idea. Now I'm going to show you guys what will be my homeschool room and then what actually is our homeschool room right now, because it might not be what you're expecting. It might not be what you think. We have a pretty big playroom upstairs, and I was debating using that room as a homeschool room. However, we have kids over often, and I just want to keep that as a playroom. I don't want to worry about the school stuff getting, someone getting into it or whatever. And the main reason why I wanted this room downstairs to be our homeschool room is because it's downstairs. We don't eat upstairs. And because it's downstairs, we could be eating or having snacks or whatever while we're doing school, which I think is really, really awesome. Ignore the fort over there. I did not clean up for you guys. However, this is the room right now. And here's my vision for this. This is not our homeschooling room yet, but it will be. And I will show you guys like the transformation before and after once we finally get to it. But this little area, and that is it. My vision is to get a small lower to the ground. I have a few saved. They're like circular, lower to the ground, wooden tables with like wooden bar stools, not really bar stools, but wooden chairs, like, so you could do like family style someday, whatever. I will have some sort of storage, like little chest right here. Honestly, a cart right now is more than enough. Like a little cart with wheels is more than enough storage for what we need. However, let me show you guys what we used as our homeschool room all of last year and what we're gonna be using to begin this year until we finally get to that room, because I think a big misconception is that you need this big fancy space to successfully homeschool. No, we have had extremely happy, wonderful, joy-filled, peaceful, successful homeschool days, many of them right here, and this is it. This is it. This really old table in the middle of my kitchen. Like this is the space. This is it. This is where we have done homeschool our entire year last year, and it's where we're gonna start this year. And honestly, like that is all you need. You don't need a big fancy room. It's 9 o'clock. We just got home. She's going to bed and I'm setting up the things. Here's the bag we're gonna use. It says happy birthday, but it's okay. I also picked up these for the morning earlier today. It's just a bunch of donut holes, but I don't know if they'll be any good being refrigerated. I've never really bought donuts before, so I don't know if you're supposed to keep them in the fridge or not, but I'm hiding them in the fridge behind the celery. So let's hope they're good and not like gross in the morning, but we've got this too.